Hi, this is Keith with How to Build Your Own Home. Today I want to talk about why you should not build your own home. But I want to share something real quick. I've got 300 videos now, and I want to give thanks to the cameraman behind the scenes. This is my son, Caden. All 6'4" of you?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, sure. This is Caden. He's been the one filming me for this entire time, all these years. And we're over 300 videos now and over 2 million views. So give it thumbs up to Caden. Anyway, wanted to do that a little thank you there. And I want to talk about why you should not build your own home. Now, I'm standing inside of a home. Obviously, I'm the builder of the home, but I don't want to discourage you, but I wanted to give you some of my mind, okay? A couple of observations that have really destroyed the industry and give owner builders a really bad name, all right? And you talk with any subcontractor, any builder, they'll say, oh, I don't want to deal with an owner builder. And I want to give some explanation for why that happens. So why you should not build your own home, all right? First of all, it's the DIY mentality. There's bad and then there's good DIY. DIY means do it yourself. Oh, I can do that. I can do that. Do it yourself. Well, there's bad DIY and then there's good DIY. The bad DIY is the person who does it to save money. Okay? Oh, I can do that for less. I can do that. I can. That was too expensive. I can do that. That's the worst kind of DIY person you could ever imagine, because what they end up doing is really bad stuff. It's the worst quality you could ever see, because they're doing it to save money, okay? The good DIY person says, hey, I'd like to learn how to do that. How do you do that? Can I learn how to do that? Can I shadow you? Can you show me how to do that? That's a DIY person who wants to learn how to do it, okay? Not the DIY who wants to do it to save money, okay? If you go about being an owner builder, do it with the curiosity that you want to learn. If you can do that, you're not going to upset the apple cart, and you're not going to make a lot of subcontractors really mad at you. But if it's cost, you've got a problem, and you shouldn't be building your own home, all right? Second principle, okay? It has to do with terrible human skills or really good human relation skills. If you have terrible human relation skills, it's driven by something. And if you have really good human relation skills, that is also driven by something. But I want to tell you what really drives those two behaviors. The bad behavior, all right, with terrible human relation skills is driven by the same thing that a bad DIY person is driven by. They're driven by scarcity, cost, cheap, cost, and they want to get it at the lowest bottom possible price, all right? And they're driven by scarcity. All right, they're afraid that things that they're not going to afford it. They're going to afraid fear. Scarcity. All right, and they make terrible decisions, and everything's cost driven. And as a result, your human relation skills suffer. They suffer immensely. Okay, now that's kind of hard for a lot of people to overcome because of their income or because of their budget and what they really can and cannot afford. Well, that can be solved way far in advance with proper design and proper budgeting, okay? And I've talked about that. But if you go into a build job and you think you're going to save in a lot of places and you're going to cut, you're going to create a terrible environment to work for, and nobody is going to want to work for you. The good, all right, human skill is a person who thinks in terms of abundance, okay? Abundance is making sure that it's a win-win for everybody. Abundance is making sure that those that you hire care about their work so you can care about them. But if you don't care about them at all, that's a scarcity mindset, and they're going to feel it, and they're not going to want to come on a job site and work for you. But if you approach life with abundance, it's a completely different story. Now, there's a sitcom on Apple Pay. I typically don't promote stuff like this, but there's a really good, not sitcom, but it's a series. It's called Ted Lasso, all right? And I strongly recommend watching this. It's just a phenomenal TV series. It only ran for 3 years. It's on Apple Pay. But go and watch Ted Lasso. Great, because it talks about human relation skills. And it's really the story of a person who shouldn't be doing what he's doing, but he accomplishes great things and even goes way above and beyond what people were expecting him, all because of how he treats human beings. It's really a great series. So think about those two things. Why you should not be an owner-builder is if you've got the wrong DIY mindset, and if you've got terrible human relations skills. If you've got those, you need to think twice and hire a general contractor. This is Keith Kells with How to Build Your Own Home, giving you the best that I can from all the experience and all the observations I've made in my life.